Libra, how you doing guys? So we're here to do your May 15th into the 31st. Two-faced reading, dark side reading, also parts of channel messages. And the first lot of channel messages that I got for you guys was nothing. Honestly, it was nothing. It was like, there's just nothing. There's nothing there. It's like, is there something there or is there nothing there? There's a lot of like trying to get through to someone. It's like, I'm trying to get through and I'm trying to get through and I'm trying to get a message through and I just need to try and get a message through to this person. It feels like an urgency or an emergency. It's like an emergency, it's an emergency, it's an emergency, it's an emergency. I don't know why I'm picking up on emergencies. Okay, but it seems to look like urgent, 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 or Argentina, or urgent, detergent, some kind of also detergent, something to do with like some kind of cleaner, also a cleaner of detergent. But it's like, well, I don't know why I'm picking up some kind of like excessiveness of possible like excessive cleaning or something like that, and it's just cleaning products. But it's like cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and cleaning, or clinging, like clingy. I don't know why I'm picking up clingy or cleaning, clinical, something clinical maybe, clinical. Sorry. But I'm going to go on to where there was nothing. It's like, well, there was nothing. There was something there, and then all of a sudden there was nothing there. And then there's something there, and then all of a sudden there's nothing there. And I think what I'm actually picking up with you, Libra, is your feelings, your actual feelings, yourselves. Is like, well, there's something there, and then there's nothing there. And then is there something there, or is there something not? And I think a lot of you are kind of like in that Seven of Cups kind of feeling at the moment, where there's a lot of disbelief, illusion of figuring out if there is something real, if it's not real, is there love there, is there not there? I can't quite figure it out. And then there's something there, and then all of a sudden there's nothing. It's kind of like judgment in a way of like ghosting, of like a host and also a ghost. There might, I mean, I don't know if people are actually like physically seeing ghosts or not. I don't know, because I picked up on Ghost and also Patrick Swayze, but which is also a lot of like hosting, like host, like I am your greatest host. And there's someone that is like really wanting respect, and it's like, well, I'm your greatest host and I'm the greatest person that you will ever be or ever have. I think there's definitely a lot of control going on around you, Libra, if I'm honest, of what they're saying now. Is a lot of like, well, I'm your greatest person, I'm the greatest thing that you will ever have or you will ever be, and if you don't like it, because there's some kind of like threatening behaviour around you, Libra, is what I'm channeling, is to do with like, well, I'm your greatest host, I'm the greatest person that you will ever have, and if you don't have me, you will have nobody. And it's a lot like that, of abandonment, of abandoning someone, but also threatening of abandonment. Like, I'm threatening to abandon you. If you leave, then that's it, and it's done, and it's left, and it's like, well, that's all best left unsaid. But I don't know why I'm picking up on a threatening behaviour of like, well, if I don't get an answer that I think that you're, on your side, you're kind of saying, well, if I don't get an answer that I want, then I'm leaving. But I think on the other side of the scale of why we do two-face reading is a lot to do with, well, I'm the greatest person that you'll ever have or ever be with. And I think there's a lot of confusion around all of this for you, Libra, of where you're now becoming imbalanced of like, well, has the table turned or not? Is this like a recurring dream of past behaviour patterns that I'm done or someone else done? And it's like, am I doing it or am I not doing it? Or am I doing it on purpose? I really think that someone's trying to figure out if it's like coming from you and you're doing it, but a lot of like that you wouldn't physically be doing it, but it's kind of like trying to figure out if it is you that's doing it. Do you know what I mean? I think that you're being triggered in a lot of ways through your mind and through your feelings, where your feelings have started to attach to a belief of something. And it's like, well, I don't physically know. I'm really picking up the big Seven of Cups for you guys. A lot of like dreaming and thinking and analysing the situation, where it comes to the point of like, well, are they ghosted me? Are they not ghosted me? Like, am I a ghost? Am I the greatest? I'm definitely picking up like, well, I'm the greatest conqueror of all, and I'm going to conquer you. There's something to do with like, well, I'm going to conquer, or conquer, divide and conquer, or a lot of conquering. Conkers, has anybody ever been bonkers, maybe? Conkers, but you know, conkers that grow on trees. I don't know why that's representing anything to do with you, Libra, but conkers, or feeling bonkers. It's like, I just feel bonkers. It's just that I really don't know what to believe anymore. Is this person with me? Are they without me? But I definitely feel like it's a divide and conquer. It's like, well, let's divide things up, let's conquer things up, but are we dividing a company? Some of this could be coming through as a company that's like, divide, let's find the division bell. A lot of you ought to listen to the division bell, because I think there's a lot of good references of songs that could relate to this time for you, 15th into the 31st, by the way. And it's like, well, let's divide everything up. Let's divide it all up and see where we can put this, that, and store things, like storing it or dividing it and thinking, well, what can be sold and what can be kept? Because I think there's a lot of like storing old and new, and it's kind of like, well, all these are new, so we've got to keep these, and all these are old, so we're going to have to like, there could be a company around, I don't know why they're getting to say, and I have to say these kind of things in case they're relevant to people, which normally they are, but like old people or young people, and it's like, well, we're going to have to segregate the old from the young, and the young from the middle-aged, and the middle class and the upper class, like middle class, lower class, middle class, upper class, or it could be something to do with school, like middle class school, upper class school, higher class, but then it's also going up in classes where it's like people, but it might be age limits. It's like, well, we're going up with like younger people, middle-aged people, and older people. For some, it's like school, and it's something to do with like very young people, but classes of like, I don't know, like glasses, something to do with like seeing something to do with glasses. I don't know, glasses. I'm picking up like the hourglass, like a time sand of dooms, sand of time, or sandy, baby, why you left me, oh Sandy. So someone left somebody, or someone's trying to leave something right until the last moment, is why I'm picking it up a lot to do with like either governmental control or health services or control itself within a relationship. And it's like, let's get it to the point of where we can like divide this person and then conquer this person. And I need to really conquer them. I need to get in there. There's someone's like, well, I just need to get in there and plant this seed so I can start to conquer them and build it up. Because Conquers was a game of like, you got it off a tree, you drill a hole in it, you put a string on it, and then you would just sit there like that waiting for someone to hit it. Okay? And then you would fly around like that and you'd go conquer one, miss, and all that kind of stuff. People play Conquers, right? And I don't know why I'm coming up as a scenario of life for you guys, of where it's kind of like, well, I'm just sitting here as a punching bag waiting to be hit. So I don't know if anything you are going through anything like extremely violent with anybody. I hope not, Libra. Because this is like lashing out, right? And it's like, well, I'm just swinging. Like I'm picking up, wow, this is really going to be strange. I hope it's not representing your life. Okay. But there was a song by Queens of the Stone Age, and it was called The Hanging Tree. The Hanging Tree. Or Aintree, the place called Aintree, or like ancient, Aintree. I'm picking up Aintree, a place called Aintree, or like The Hanging Tree. But very good song. But I mean, I really hope that don't represent anybody in life going through depression. If that is possible, that could well be Virgo energy, because through their readings, whether that's true or not, through their readings, I've really been picking up like a lot of depression, right? So I don't know if any of you like are involving someone. I'm not saying that they're going to do anything like that. I'm just saying that readings at the moment have presented itself through a lot of Virgo energy has been like a lot of depression. Okay. So I'm picking up that there's a lot of division and conquer. It's like, well, I need to divide this person up. So it's kind of like splitting you into a billion pieces, which was Pink Floyd. Which was a lot to do with Seven, believe it or not, if any of you have ever seen that actual video and song. One of these days, it's a little bit like, well, one of these days, I'm going to divide things and then conquer it. It's like, I don't know why, it's like a rulership of the world kind of thing. It really is. It's like, I'm going to divide this person up, and divide everything up, and then we can get in there and conquer it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if someone's trying to like get in between your relationship, or this is an external person, like trying to get in there, because I really kind of think, well, there's our chance, and as soon as we divide everything up, there's a bigger outcome later if we divide everything up, and then later there's a greater chance for us to be able to succeed more within business, though. I'm thinking, sorry, but I get like this when I'm kind of like hunched over a lot. I get this so much around the back of my shoulders, it's awful. But again, a lot of like, well, later on, if we divide all of this up and we get rid of other people or like things, but like if we get rid of whatever, later on we can like conquer something over and take that over. It's a little bit like a company merging with one another and being able to like have a greater outcome in the end when we merge together again. It's a bit like stand and divide and then unite and conquer kind of thing, right? Unite and conquer. United, also united. But United, I'm also picking up Accrington Stanley from Scouser. Hey, you alright there? You alright there, mate? Are you getting on there, Stanley? Alright? Yeah, I'm good, lad. Something to do with but again, I definitely pick up like a lot of divide and conquer energy around you, of just sitting there swinging like a, I don't know why I'm picking up on like a, what do they call those, like a lilo? A lila or a lion, probably Leo could well be involved in this somewhere, but like a lilo, which would be like an outdoor, I think they're called lilos, outdoor swing, and it's like a veranda, okay, and it has like a sofa on it and it swings backwards and forwards, and I really don't know why I'm picking up on someone like kind of like rocking backwards and forwards, like whether this is an elderly person or so. God, what on earth, Libra? But it feels like someone is kind of like going slightly loopy. I don't know why. I'm just picking up like this, like someone that's rocking backwards and forwards, and they're kind of like doing this and kind of thinking, what on earth's going to happen? And someone's like really paranoid and worried, and they're kind of like watching the TV and they're waiting, and they're in this chair or this rocking chair. I mean, this could well be that you work for an elderly place or something. And I really don't know, Libra, but I have to give these messages out just in case they're really important to somebody, okay? But I can see this vision and someone like really biting their nails a lot, and they're biting their nails and they're doing it and they're looking and they're kind of like doing this a lot, and they're just like looking in one spot and they're kind of like doing this and they're thinking about this person. You could well be being triggered off by, stop doing that, Steve. You could well be being triggered off by a soulmate condition of something where it's causing a lot of like illusion of Seven of Cups, where I really can see that, Libra. Just kind of like this vision of just, right, I'm just sitting there. It's a little bit like Pink Floyd, okay, which is the wall, which is seven of wands maybe, but the wall, right? And right at the bit, I mean, I used to make videos, and I do have one with that on it. And right at the beginning, he's looking at a TV. He's looking at a TV. This is actually on the video of the wall, and he's kind of like sitting there like that. Well, he's not. He's actually just sitting there watching the television, and he's just kind of like that. And he's just watching all this stuff on the TV, but I don't know why. I'm just kind of like sitting, thinking that someone's sitting there, kind of like this on the edge of their seat, like grips of like, oh, what on earth's going to happen? Like, and someone's either suffering through their nerves, or something to do with that, or nerve, nerve, nuff. I don't know why they keep saying nuff. Enough. They're saying, now then, that's enough. Calm down. I don't know why someone's like looking after someone and they're saying, that's enough. Just calm down, and that's enough. I think someone's being tormented in certain ways, and they're like, listen, that's enough. I really do. Like, someone is possible. I mean, I hope it's not you, Libra. I mean, anybody. But again, I keep thinking that someone's having this like nervous breakdown, and someone is kind of like, listen, will you wake up? And they're like, just like, stop, just enough is enough, just stop, it's enough. That's all they keep saying, it's enough. Or it's a nurse, or it's a nursery, like nursery. I don't know why, like a nursery rhyme or a nurse, but it's like enough, that's enough. Sorry, Libra, very strange. Well, like I said, all I wrote was Libra May 15th until the 31st. So, no, that's quite a few messages from nothing, right? If it's like trying to make something from nothing, or it's like you're making something out of nothing, it's like, why do you keep making something out of nothing? It's like all of a sudden there's this, and then it's like, well, there's nothing there, and then all of a sudden there's something there. So why did you just make something out of nothing at all? And there's a lot of disbelief of like someone that could get very aggressive, someone could get very angry, and it's kind of like, well, all of a sudden there was nothing there and everything was fine, and we're all going by tickety-boo and it's all great, and then all of a sudden there is something. And it's like, what do you mean there is something now? What's the matter? And it's like, well, I've got no idea what the matter is. You know, what is the matter? And then this person destroys it. That's why I'm picking up there's a lot to do with control stuff around. That it starts off really good, and then it destroys itself, and then it's like in disbelief of disarray of like, well, I can't believe that literally just happened. That's feelings of control. Your feelings get attached, it builds up to a point of cool, it gets pulled down, something's being pulled down, or someone's trying to pull someone down. It's like I'm trying to pull you in and then push you out, and pull you in and then push it. See, control, definitely, guys. I'm trying to pull you in, push you out, like tug of war. I'm definitely picking up Leo energy of the sun, which is in another deck. It's two children fighting over a flag. It's to me, it's to you, it's to me, it's to you, it's to me, it's to you, it's to me, it's to you. And it couldn't be involving an ex that you have with family to do with the sun. It could be happening at home, or some of you it could be involving a Leo, like relationship, partner or family. And the sun is what I'm picking up, or a son, and it could be your son or someone. Okay, and I'm definitely picking up that it's a lot to do with that. Yeah, building it up to the point of no return, to the point of, well, where's my return for all of this? I've just gone for all this, what, for nothing? I say, oh, no, it's all good, it's all good, it's all kosher, right? And then you get going, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like, boom, and it's like, well, why on earth's that just all gone? Like, where's it gone? It feels like that there's money there, or there's stuff there, and it's like, well, it was there, but now it's all gone. Now, I don't know if this is a physical, tangible object, or a business, or like an actual feeling of like controlled by a person. And it's like, well, it was there, like there is something there because I feel it. So if I'm feeling it, it's there, but then why destroy that? Why is it now not there? Sorry, Libra, it's a very strange lot of messages for you guys, but it's definitely one I'm picking up. Okay, so we've got a new, well, it's an old deck, but it's a new deck, really. I've had it for years, actually. Tower of New Vision. So we're going to look into a two-face reading, but use a new deck and then clarify some stuff. Still addicted to my old coffee. I've actually done well with the non-smoking. This is kind of like nearly a week now. I do have the odd one, if I'm honest. I do have the odd one with food, but I'm cut down on that as well now. So I thought, well, if you have cigarettes with food, and then the best thing to do is actually cut down on the amount of food you have, so you don't need so much cigarettes, and we might as well do the whole thing in one go, right? So kind of both, really. But let's see, Libra, Sun, Rising and Venus. Show me. Two-face reading. So these can be very sensitive. I hope people understand tarot by now. Okay. If not, you're going to get haters anyway. But let's see. So, Libra. Scorpio. We're going to take these two cards for this two sides. Scorpio, sacred. This is sacred, very personal to someone. Their private life, their sexual life, their intoriation, they're sexually intoriated, or intoriation to do with like race or religion, but it's very sacred. It's very personal. This is very personal to me. Someone might want a one-night stand. It's like, I am not interested in just a one-night stand or just an offer of this. It's kind of like, it feels, this is going to be very weird, Libra. Okay, but I have to give these out because it is possible around soulmate energy of confusion that someone feels themselves. Right now, each to their own. If it's you, obviously, everybody kind of like, But there's a lot of disbelief that someone could well be doing that kind of thing to themselves, and you feel it, right? Because you're connected to someone. There's that instance. But there is this of like, I am not interested in anything phallic, in anything strange, a one-night stand. Are you with someone else? Do you want me? Do you not want me? What is your offer? Are you going to give me an offer, or is it just going to be passed on by? Because there's a lot of past energy, right? Connections of past energy of disbelief. That someone physically could have just like lost somebody, right, to an illness or something, right? But if not, this is a condition of like, I just said a disorder, some kind of disorder that might be a illness, but it's just a disorder of something that has constantly gone on. Okay, but I'm definitely picking up here. This is like, I'm not interested in just a one-night stand. Like, do you want this opportunity with me or not? And are we going to be going into a relationship with the Hierophant at the end here? Okay. Are we going to in a relationship, or are we out of a relationship? It's like, are we in or are we out? What are we? Are we a couple? Are we just like grasping at straws? I don't want a one-night stand, but are you with someone or are you not with someone? Because I really don't understand. because it's taking a lot of energy for me to persist to leave, but to basically come back and understand what on earth is going on, you know? That's those two energies. Is there an opportunity where we can be in a relationship or physically not? And is it over? You know, because this is like, it's over before it began. It's over as it begins. As it begins, it's over. As it's over, it begins. So there's a lot of like disbelief of like, well, is there anything physically there or not? You know? So show me this side. It's connected with Libra. Sun rising Venus from the 15th to the 31st of May. Libra, Sun rising Venus from the 15th to the 31st of May. Show me the other person, please. 15th to the 31st of May. Yeah, you see? Am I single or not single? This person is single, which could well be you, you know. If you have a connection with someone but you're not physically in a relationship, then you're single. You just have a connection, so you're single, right? So that you can kind of determine which party's who, because you can still pick, right? So, well, I also have an underlying health concern or health condition. Somebody has an underlying health condition generally. Okay, I don't know why they got me to say that, but they did. An underlying health concern. But there's also a very big concern altogether, which is also stern. Someone can be very stern. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just in my head. Again, like, am I single? Am I not single? Am I in it to mingle? Are we together? Are we not together? You know, what do you want? Do you want a relationship? Because what I don't want is a one-night stand. Okay, this person here is possible that they do. It's possible that they do, but it's because, I mean, they're headed towards Taurus. This is Taurus, Scorpio. You see, the reason why this is, right, this is Scorpio rising, Taurus descending, Taurus rising, Scorpio descending, right? So that's why the Hierophant is always in the, I don't know why I'm giving people, I don't know. But again, it's like again. It's like, let's do it again. And it's like, I don't know, like, you know, I'm single, so do you want a relationship or not? Basically, I don't know, I'm getting wound up, Libra. I feel this air of frustration around somebody of like, look, what are we? Are we a couple? It's not a one-night stand, but, you know, if you want that, there's an opportunity for you to be with me. It really does feel like that someone's kind of like, well, you know, there's an opportunity for you to be with me. Do you want to be with me because you're single? But again, there's this belief of like, well, I really don't know, because what's in this, it's still like a cup, right? But it's a wand. So what's in your hand? You know, what is in your hand? What are you offering? But anyway, let's have a look. One more card for the other side. For Libra, please. The 15th to 31st of May. Five. You see, again, I have got no idea whether I'm single or whether I'm not. Some of you is just kind of like, well, I'm single but I'm lonely, so I kind of like biding my time, but I'm really unsure about this person altogether. You know, honestly, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 5, again, the reoccurring dream of madness. That is the stuff that just makes you constantly replay cycles in your life over and over and over and over again. That's your karma. Okay, pushing and pulling and pushing and pulling. I'm single, I'm ready to mingle, but what I don't want is a one-night stand, unless you do, right? But there's kind of like, well, you know, I'm single, so what do we do? You can still add this up into a conclusion of company. We're here, we're ready for the Hierophant to get answers from the government about what is it that we're going to do and what opportunity are facing us of where we can divide and conquer and get back to normality. Okay, that's the same kind of feeling to here. Divide, conquer, let's get back to normality. Let's divide, let's conquer, let's get back to normality. There it goes rabbity. Right? Rabbit, with all that obsessive talking. Someone could be from London. Right? That was Chaz and Dave, by the way, why I say that. It was an old song by Chaz and Dave. Well, it could be right. Oh, darling, there's no pleasing you. Right? But again, let's divide, let's conquer, let's see, right? I don't know what I was coming out with before, but whatever that rhyme seemed to have come out, that's that energy there. So one more card for this side, please, for Libra, from the 15th until the 31st of May. But you might well see this person as like, do you want a relationship or do you not? Like, what is standing in your way? Is it another relationship? Is it a different commitment altogether? Is it another job? Is it this job? Is it that job? We need to find out from the government, what are we going to do about this company? What are we going to do about this? Also marriage. Are you also in a marriage? Are you committed with someone else? You know, because you're going back to the Hierophant, so where is it that you are when you're going back somewhere? What happens when we talk and then we don't talk and you go back towards this Hierophant? Because there is an energy of that someone comes in and they go back to their husband or their wife, and this is like a polygamy. I think they call it that, right? Where someone's already married or already in a commitment, and they want something like a phallic connection of a one-night stand, but what they do is when they leave and they go in the opposite direction, they go back towards their husband or wife, and they come across like they're actually single to you. That makes you feel, well, are they single or are they not single? Why would this person not accept a relationship? And how it's persisting to be at the moment through this one is that this person here, whoever it is, doesn't mean it's you, Scorpio, if you're watching, that you're already in one. You've got greater commitments that you go back to when you go back to reality, which is after life. After this, where does this person go back to? Right, that's the belief, that's where it's coming from. After this, where do you go back that makes me feel very unsure about this relationship, of why you're not accepting me when I'm single? So I'm single, I'm ready for a relationship, I'm on my own, so where is it that you go when you go back after telling me anything phallic that's in my life, that you think that I'm this or you think that I'm that, but when you are not here, believe, when you're not here, where do you go? Where do you go? Where do you go? Show me a more card for this side. Judgment. Judgment, judgment, judgment. No, lovers. Sorry, it looks like judgment. It looks like judgment. It's not. It's actually the lovers. So again, who loves you and who do you love? Do you love me or the other person? Or is there another person? You're being triggered and mirrored by Gemini energy, which is confusion. Which is confusion. I'm confused. Or transfusion, like a okay, I'm hearing like a transvestite, which would obviously be a man that dresses up as a woman or a woman that dresses up as a man. But it can also be a lot to do with transsexual, transgender, anything like that. It's some kind of like, well, I'm not quite sure who I am, right? If it isn't anything to do with that, it's to do with someone's trying to really figure out who they are in life. Where do I belong? Do I belong with you, or do I belong with this other person? Or am I actually being triggered by really not knowing what this person's doing? Because where's the commitment? The commitment of a connection is there, but where's the tangible belief? You know? Ange. I'm also picking up Ange, Annie, or Angie. Angie, Annie, Angie. 3. See? 3 of Cups. Why would you be so down about the 3 of Cups? Why would you be in a celebrative mood if you're coming from a 5, which is trying to pull yourself away from something to go towards it? So here, it's like, well, I don't, because basically it would be a straightforward reading. This person's transforming itself into Gemini, which is a belief of purity, like becoming sacred and pure. Very traditional. This person could be very traditional. Now, if they're very traditional, where it's very difficult to actually understand of whether they're in a relationship or not, you can still be triggered by that one. If they're in a third-party relationship or not, I don't know, right, at the moment. But again, this person could be very traditional, have traditional values, right, a lot of traditional values. And that it's kind of like no sex before marriage kind of thing, right? This is also there for other people. There is no sex before marriage. It's sacred. It's personal. I have a lot of things that are personal to me where it is literally no sex before marriage, but there is a connection there, sure. So there can be a way of you lot trying to believe that, whether there is a connection there or not, because you don't know, because this person can be very private. They could have a private life, but outside of that private life, because they're not telling you, might be why you don't know if they're in a third party relationship or not, if they're with someone else, right? So there's a lot of, well, that's personal, this is private, let's all keep it in the family, let's keep it to myself even. There is a connection, sure, but that is personal to me. So if that's them saying to you that there's a connection, then they are. If you're trying to get that out of them and they're not saying that, and they're denying that opportunity of the Ace of Wands, that's because their marriage that they're already in, or relationship that they're already in, they see as personal to them, which is more of a divide and conquer, right? That's personal, that's private, I'm not telling you, but we have a connection. Denial. Denial. Okay guys, so we're going to go on with the rest of your reading. As usual, all of your readings, check your Back to the Future reading, also both of your Lots of May reading. Back to the Future, there's some channel messages in there for you guys, I can't remember what they are. They all go straight to Patreon, $5 if you want to join for a whole month. It's literally just $5. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter and your partner if you want to watch them. You can watch all of those extendeds and they just go straight to the link below in the show more section for Patreon. We do more cards and then clarify them. If you want a personal reading, you can reach out from the email below. Please watch Lucid Dream Tarot Music. Also, there is another channel that I do where all of the music basically just goes straight to there. So if you are interested in my music and videos and stuff and the intros that I put at the beginning, a better place and easier to find them is just go straight to the other channel and subscribe to that one if you would. I really would appreciate it, but some of them you can find on this channel. But all of your playlists for all of your other readings will come up on the end screen and also in the link provided below in the show more section. Alright guys, thanks very much Libra, I hope you're all okay and I'll hopefully see you over there.